What's up, everybody? Welcome to the James Taylor Jr. podcast. My name is James Taylor Jr., a.k.a. Just Boogie, a.k.a. JT, a.k.a. It's whatever. First of all, I want to bring you great greetings from Atlanta West Studios out here in Douglasville, Georgia. All-inclusive, beautiful place where you can record your podcast. As you see this beautiful facility behind me, these walls are amazing. You can be a part of an acting class. You can rent the space for an event. I tell you to do that all day long. The second thing is I want you to be a part of the Just Be Conference. That's JUSTBECON.com. I gave you the website, justbecon.com. I want you to be a part of the conference. It's amazing. It's going to teach business and emotional intelligence, because what we want you to do is we want you to maximize the money that you make. We want your mind to be straight the whole time you're making that money. I think it's very important. That's why we do the emotional intelligence side. I want to jump into some today because I think it's very, very powerful. It's going to challenge you tremendously. I'm going to challenge you on something, and I'm going to tell you a story first about it. Today we're going to talk about Mind Your Business Part 2. In this part, we're going to talk about liquidity, longevity, and legacy. Liquidity is making money, make as much money as you can. Longevity is grow that money that you're making as much as you can. So it's kind of the same thing. Liquidity is making the money. Longevity is growing the money and letting it build over time. Legacy is a part of the whole assets that you leave for your children. But I'm going to jump into this today. I got to tell you a fabulous story of my failure. So I bought a car. I drive a Ford Flex. That's right. Somebody that makes good money like me drives a Ford Flex. I ain't never buying no Range Rover, no Maybachs, none of that stuff. I don't care about any of those things. I am a minimalist. A minimalist is the type of person that I minimize everything around me. I don't have like 14 chargers. I don't have my grandmama's where they got the 14 plastic bags in the cabinet and then another 3,000 in the bottom. I don't have none of that. I am very minimalist. If you go into my room, you would think there was nothing in there, because I don't have everything scattered all over the place. I don't have extra clothes. I don't have extra. I don't have anything. I minimize my life. And I bought this daggone car for $26,000, right? I talked to them today, and this is a real story. I'm really recording this today, right? Today. I'm going to tell you what I did. Now, I have this disclaimer. I'm paying it off. And when I leave tomorrow morning, I'm going straight to the bank. I'm going to get them to give me a whole check to pay off the whole car. God is good. I work hard. I'm paying the car. But I need to say this. My car, and I'm putting myself on Front Street, but I just think it's important to make it because I'm embarrassed to say this, but I just need to say it. I bought the car during the time where my wife was battling cancer. God rest her soul. She's in heaven now. And I just needed a vehicle to fit all the kids in, but I didn't want anything super expensive. My credit was messed up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna just take whatever I can get. I didn't want to wait a little bit longer. I just didn't focus what I was looking at, what I signed. When I talked to the lady today, I had already been paying upwards of $7,000 on the car. When I bought it, it was $26,000. Now listen to what I'm saying. I paid $7,000 already on the car. I asked the lady, hey, what's my balance? I want to pay my car off. She said, oh, your car is $27,359.13. I said, hold on, boo-boo. Too much dip on your chip. I just gave you $7,000. My car should be at least $21,000. It shouldn't be that. She said, oh, the kind of contract that you signed with us, your car accrues interest every day. Now, I'm stupid. I'm just going to hold. I ain't going to listen. I'm going to let you jump on me in the comments. Say what you want to say. I said, well, how much is it every day? She said, $19.76. So let me just do the math with y'all real quick, right? I'm do the math with y'all real quick. But this is how I know I was a bottom. And they were my pimps. Okay. Yes, daddy. Okay, let's just have that moment. Literally, I said, well, when do I start paying on the principal? This lady said, you're going to pay on interest in 2029. I said, oh my God. I said, what kind of car payment do I I said 2020, and I recorded it. So nobody can say I'm lying. 2029. So think about this. I'm just paying on interest. I'm not paying the principal. And anybody wants to know, that's the bottom line of a car. Interest is the stuff that's accrued over time. So check this out. That interest got hands. The payment is $19.76. If you multiply that times 30, that's $592. Let's just say it's $600, because if it's 31 days, it's $600. So let's say it's 600 times 12. My God, times 12. That's $7,000 extra a year. Now, mind you, every day that I don't pay on that car, it accrued to interest. Now, I'm going to get a cashier's check in the morning, pay $27,359.13. I'm going to pay the whole car off. I know everybody can't do that, right? The guy that I was talking to, the black guy that I was talking to on the phone, he was like, man, that's crazy, homie. You paying the whole car, man? And of course, they ask you what you do. You tell them what you do. And then they're like, man, I wish I was doing what you do. Well, technically, you don't want to do what I do. You want to do what's best for you and what your skill sets provide for you. But the way I felt pimped, I wanted her to change her voice. I wanted her to say, hey, ho, I need you to make sure you pay on this interest, baby. And I should have been like, but Daddy, why are you charging me so much? Daddy, why are you charging me so much? Because she was pimping me out. And I kept saying to the lady, and I do this, and I'm going to show you how gangster they are. I called my financial mentor, who's also a great friend. He did marriage counseling for me. He's poured into me. We literally went over my finances yesterday because I'm about to put a big bag on an investment in annuities and all this other kind of stuff, right? And an index and all that, compound interest. I don't want to get into all that, but I'm telling this story because after we talked about that, today I totaled the number. So if that lady said, I'm going to be paying interest till 2029, but she's going to charge me $19.17. Check this out. I want to do the math before I get into these 3 points. I want to show you why I'm a dummy, because the car depreciates in value every day, but the interest rate on that car goes high. It's not like a house. The house has builds equity. A car depreciates in value once you drive it off the lot. So $19.76 times, matter of fact, let's just do the $600 a month times 12 equals $600 a month, right? Times 12 equals $7,200 times. So I really am a bottom. I gotta keep saying that because it feel that kind of way. I felt like she was taking my clothes off, and I was like, no, I want to keep my virginity. She was like, nah, come here, boo, come here. You about to work these streets. Because if you think about it, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, that's 5 years times $7,200. That's another $36,000. So before I pay on the principal. So it's $36,000. That means I would have been paying close to $60,000 for a car that's only worth like 22. I don't know what you heard about me. I can't get a dollar out of me. Xavier is like definitely pimping me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the girl that was singing the vocals in the background. Jigga, what's my mind? And I say all that to say this. Whenever you start building out your financial wealth, you have to look at how you spend your money. Always look at the fine print of a contract before you sign it. Don't be emotional about the decision. Now, I'm blessed to be able to pay the whole thing in full because I make very good money. I'm always working. I'm Jamaican and Nigerian. You know us. We are savages. We're going to work regardless. I don't do broke. I'm allergic to it. You understand? I'm allergic to broke. I'm so allergic to broke, it don't make no sense. But I realized that it's all a mindset. And before I dive into this part, liquidity is making money. Longevity is growing your money over time. Legacy is leaving something for your children that they will be blessed financially after what you did. I'm going to say it again. Liquidity is the making money. Longevity is growing your money over time, that you have something that you can retire and all those great things. And then legacy is something that you leave for your children. And I believe that men fathers, because I always speak to men, I try to stay out the way with women, but I think women can do this well. I think you need to have a life insurance policy. Black people don't get them because you think you're going to live forever. But y'all got that one uncle, right, who like pork grinds and all that. His toes is always tingling. You know he about to lose his foot, but you don't want to say nothing to him. You don't want to be disrespectful. Y'all should have had a policy on him. You know what I'm saying? He going to take about 10 years off his life because he don't want to stop eating the pig feet and all that. And I ain't judging. Don't think I'm being cruel, but I'm speaking on that. And we all get older. I'm joking, but we all get older. So the other thing you need to have is you need to have a strong account in stocks. Like y'all be putting your money in the bank, they give you like 0.00% of interest. Banks are for banks, okay? Banks are for banks. Banks ain't for you. They just hold your money and hope you overdraft so they can charge you. So you can leave it in there. They take all your money and use it as leverage to get more things, to buy properties. So every time everybody put their money in the bank say, this is how much money we got. Because they holding it and using it for the, but anyway, I'm trying. So you want to grow your money, do this. Liquidity is something that I want to talk about real quickly. I know I'm rambling on about this, but this is the part that I get frustrated with us. And I'm saying this to men. The average salary of a man in the United States of America is less than $52,000. It changes, it varies every year. For an African-American man, it is less than $48,000, right? 95% of black men as a whole makes $47,000. So think about this. There's a very small percentage of men who make six figures or more a year that take it home. You have to make $150,000 to bring home 107. So it's less than y'all doing it. So I'm about to piss some of y'all off. Pray for me. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to come for me. You big lip. I know you're going to come. You're going to come for me what I'm about to say. You can never say to a woman, I need you to stay home. I need you to cook and clean and take care of all the kids, and you need to do exactly what I say. That red pill stuff, she need to submit to me. She need to reverence me. You're broke. You broke. How you going to have somebody stay home with $47,000? The average rent right now is $2,000. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like, listen to what I'm saying. If the average rent is $2,000, the average salary is $47,000. 2 times 12 is $24,000. And I'm being clear. Let's be clear now. When I say $47,000, I haven't even taken out taxes. So once we take out taxes, you're about $30,000, $37,000, $38,000. You are lost $24,000 as soon as you pay $2,000 worth of rent. Now, some of y'all live in certain areas where you might get $1,200, you know what I'm saying, $11, but we know what you're doing in there. You got rats, roaches, and mice, and everything running through that house. That house is going through some things. I've been there before. I ain't judging. I have been there before. I've been on public assistance. So I ain't talking from the mountaintop. I'm talking from the valley low, okay? I've been broken and broke, right? Had to swipe my little EBT card, hoping it was about an extra $5 on there so we can get some bread. So I'm not talking from the mountaintop. I remember when they kicked me off public assistance. You can't get no more because you make too much money. I was happy as all get out. My wife at the time was upset. She was like, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to make more money. That's what I was on. I didn't like public assistance, and I'm not knocking anybody who's on it because I said something on my TikTok today, and one lady was like, some people need welfare for 30 years? For 20 years. You need welfare for 20 years? Okay. I'm not judging you if that's what you want to do. And if you couldn't get past that hump, there are people who just have hard times where they just can't get past that hump. I'm not knocking you. I'm just not that guy. So every man who gets on here and gets in and makes a podcast and says that a woman needs to stay home, you're saying stay home at $38,000. And after you pay the rent, which is $2,000, it's $2,400. After that, you got $14,000 to work with. Then you got to pay groceries. Then that's not including light, water, gas, car note. Y'all definitely not going out. Y'all straight oodles and noodles. Y'all sneaking in the theater. Y'all ain't getting no popcorn with no butter, no none of that. You ain't doing none of that. Y'all paying the tickets. Y'all sitting quietly. Y'all gonna eat before y'all go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to Walmart. Y'all ain't going to Whole Foods. Whole Foods a kick. You ain't coming out there with one apple. Okay? Listen. So I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying that the reality is no man should tell another woman to stay home at no daggone $47,000 a year. If that's the national average for black men as a whole. The average for a white man at home is like 52,000. Can't nobody be talking crazy, talking about you need to stay home and cook for me. Ain't no food to cook. You can't have no kids now. You got kids, you're out back. Them babies is gonna be hungry. Somebody ain't eating. You can make it work, because I've made it work, but it's frustrating to be in that place. And it's frustrating to put a demand on a woman to do that. And I'm starting out this conversation with all the smoke. Stop spending so much time tell women what to do and work on growing your income. If you ain't making no money, you don't get to tell nothing to the honey, okay? Little cheap old man rhyme. If you don't make no money, you should not be telling nothing to the honey. Now, ladies, I ain't gonna leave you out now. And listen, ain't nobody paying for you to just breathe. You the prize. Okay. Man, I'm about to get in trouble. I'm scared to say this, okay? I'm really scared to say this. Take a deep breath before I say this, okay? This is the disclaimer. This is not all women, okay? Ladies, please do not come for me. But when you get a prize, right, it's a surprise, right? It's a prize. You've won a prize. That is something that's a prize. And let me read the definition. I'm going to just type this in real quick. I won't read this because I don't want nobody mad at me, okay? The definition of the word prize is a thing given, right? A thing given as a reward to the winner of a competition or in recognition of an outstanding achievement. This is an outstanding achievement. If that prize has been opened and reused over and over and over again, is it really outstanding? If you have been, I think it's body count. I ain't saying body count. I'm saying if you're always being used by people and I don't get to keep you as the woman in my life, is it really a prize? There's a particular young lady that everybody brags about. She's like, lady, she's like, you're the prize. No, you're not. If Pookie, Ray, John, Mikey, L, all them been with you, that's not a prize. That's traffic. That's not a prize. It's not an outstanding achievement if I'm sleeping with somebody that everybody slept with. It's not an outstanding achievement if I know I get you and you're not going to stay. This is the problem. A lot of you are comparing men and women. You notice I ain't stayed there long. I don't want too much smoke. Men and women are claiming they want something from certain people when neither one of you have accomplished those levels of goals. You got a man over here talking about he want a woman to be a certain way and a woman wants to be a certain way, but both of you are struggling. So if you talk about this thing from a standpoint of financial literacy, I would spend more time growing my financial income than chasing as many women I could sleep with or chasing as many men to have a back, because you have a short run. If you're a broke man and all you want to do is sleep with women and sit in the passenger seat with a dirty tank top on and complain about how women is broke, and you got the little Christmas lights in, the little lights the kids use that change colors in the house, and the ceiling is real low over your house, we know you're in the basement of your mama house talking. And if you're on the TikTok and you saying, I'm going to turn the comments off if somebody don't pay me a cash app, we know you broke. We know you broke. I'm not trying to be mean right now. I'm just having a hard conversation. And ladies, you ain't going to always be fine. You're going to start sagging and dragging at one point. There's always a better model. There's always a better model. And here's the thing that we need to stop lying to you ladies about. Women be like, I know I could be with any man I want. If he a good man, you can't be with him because he's going to be faithful to his lady. Every man doesn't find you attractive. That's reality. And here's something else ladies need to realize. Oh, we need to divest. We need to go get us a white man. You're going to have to get you one. Ain't enough black men for all black women. Ain't enough of us to go around. Can I tell y'all a secret? There are more women in the world than there are men. So why are we making this a competition about I could be with anybody I want to be and light skin is better, full figured is not better? I'm Nigerian. Nigerian men like women with weight on them. Everybody's from different cultures. You know, some kids grow up in Jamaica don't know what light skin is until they get to America. Our country has our country has manipulated us into having an American dream, which is really the worst thing in the world. I think everybody should be a minimalist, if you ask me. I think people need to go outside and look at the birds and trees and all that. And I'm saying all this before I jump into this liquidity thing because I want y'all to understand what I'm about to say is going to be hard sledding. Number one, liquidity means make as much money as you possibly can. And all you church people, you can miss me with that. God, when people get money, it's hard for the eye, the camera to go through the needle. Shut up. Moses was rich. Job was rich. Joseph was rich. Everybody, these people had money. What God was talking and referring to is not richness in money. He was talking richness in character. Y'all need to learn how to read the Bible sometimes. Because sometimes when they read it from the standpoint of money. Because that man said he could do everything in that scripture or text. He said, I did this right, I did this. He said, go sell your possessions and come follow me. He was talking about how that man was not rich in the spirit of God. Because you don't need money to follow Jesus. He owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. He created the whole universe. Jesus is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the first and last. He doesn't need your money. What hurt that man is that he was more concerned with his possessions. Everybody has a demon that they love. So don't make money your God. Ecclesiastes 9th chapter tells us riches and wealth and health and the power and joy is a gift from God. In Ecclesiastes 9th chapter, I believe it starts at the 19th verse or the 9th verse. I want to be clear. No, the 9th verse talks about relationships, but the 19th verse talks about that. And I could be wrong, so I want you to just read the whole book. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, liquidity, you need to make as much money as you possibly can. And you need to save it as much as you can. So when you get the liquidity, that means grow your business. As an employee, you are worth 5 times what you are at that job. Know how I know you're worth 5 times of that? A lot of you work at Bank of America or different places as a collection agent. What you do is you collect money. There are some of you who get paid a salary of $45,000 plus bonuses. If you stay at that job long enough or you're skilled at it, they say some people average up to collecting to over $500,000 a year on there. Just collecting people's debt to get them to pay off their old credit cards and different things like that. But you still make $45,000 an hour, or they give you $60,000 and then they give you a bonus, you might hit 80. You collected $500,000, but you only got $80,000. Right? $500,000, but you only got 80. Imagine if you was the contractor collecting that and you bought the debt from people. You would be the person that has that. Longevity is when you grow your money. You grow your money to an extent that people can sees it grows. That means you invest it. You buy a house instead of a depreciating value like my dumb behind did with that car. You get you a house because you can build equity in that house. Now you own that house. You're actually paying off something. If you get a good interest rate, you're hitting that principal faster. Right? Every time you get a bonus, you own that house. So if something would happen to you, you could sell that house and get money from it because that house is going to grow. If you bought it at $200,000, you fix it up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years later, it's worth $400,000. Now you got $200,000 towards your retirement if you was to move and go get your little condo. Right? Last thing I want to talk about is legacy. As you build your money, you should get a life insurance policy. You should turn around and have a bond for your children, have an IRA for your children. Help with your kids that put it in that bucket for them to go to school. Help your kid with their first house and their first car. The reason why I gave you the backstory of all the negativity, because in the positive sense, it's going to cost you something. Liquidity, make the money. Longevity is grow the money. And growing the money requires you not to be running around trying to be in a woman's face, bragging about how much you got. Like, I've never been to a strip club. It's just not financially feasible for me. Never said I didn't want to go. Said I never went. Because what I made more sense to me. I can't make it rain. Because I'm going to jump on the floor and pick my money back up and go try to put it in the bank. Matter of fact, my homeboy gave me, I'm not going to say how much it was, but he gave me a big, with the bands and the little money thing on there. And he was like, oh, we're going to the strip club. I was like, I'll meet y'all there. I took 75% of that money and put it in the bank. And then I felt sick. I was like, nah, I'm not coming. He said, oh, you can keep the money for the next time you go to the strip club. I ain't been. This was 20 years ago. Because there's something about having money for me that is not about being rich, but being able to afford myself the opportunities to do the things that I want to do. Like, I'm a minimalist. Like, this shirt probably cost me like $12, $13. I drive a Ford Flex. The average salary, the average bank account in America does not have $1,000 in that. I got 20 times over that. Like, and I say this humbly, but I have zeros in my bank account, in my savings. I'm blessed. I could travel wherever I want. I always sit in first class because I don't value money from the standpoint of balling out. I don't. I shop at Walmart and H&M. Yeah. Yeah. And my friends, oh, you look crazy. You need to get a Balenciaga. $2,000 for a fanny pack for men? Make it make sense. You put $2,000 on a fanny pack. Oh, you should get you a Louis Vuitton bag with your strap. Why? So I can sit it under my man boob when I strap it across and this be flapping? Nah, it don't make no sense to me. I ain't doing all that. Oh, yo, you need to get the new skinny jeans. But I got the muffin top. And then y'all got these Ricky Martin shirts on, which y'all beard down your head, boy. You look like a bunch of fake Rick Rosses. Yeah, but you broke. And now y'all go to the club, y'all don't even dance no more. Y'all pay for a whole section. You know that's rent money. You know that's grocery money. And you popping bottles in a whole section. It costs $350. $500 a sit in one section. They give you a couple little chicken fingers and a daggone bottle of Moet or something. Chicken fingers? It be on a little square, little long plate. And you get like 10 wings. You might get like, maybe get like 3-4 wings. And people pay it because y'all want to look good for 3 hours. So let me say it this way. Why throw your money away in 3 when you worked in 40? You already making $12 an hour, $21 an hour. That means if you average out you being in a club for 3 hours, that means you slaved your butt off to sit in a section to look good for a bunch of people you don't know. You could have took that money, invested that money in a bond, which is the lowest form of doing that, build interest. You could have put that in compound interest that's at 6-7%. And I know now they don't do that as much, but your money could have doubled and tripled. You could have bought it. You could have saved that $500 and paid off a debt to be free where you ain't got to struggle. Like, I'm about to pay off my car tomorrow, bruh. It'll take me a month to get my title. My car, because I'm a stupid dummy, I paid, the interest rate is killing me, but I'll pay it off. I could sell it for $20,000. So really, I spent $7,000. I own it. I no longer have a car payment. And if I didn't pay it off, I would have to pay almost $60,000 over the time. I must have got a 10-year contract. I'm boo-boo the fool. But I can admit that. What I'm saying to you is the longevity, the liquidity is grow you a business. Instead of spending $500 at the club, take that $500 and go buy some T-shirts or something. And then get like 20 of T-shirts with your own little logo on it. And I know this sounds real minuscule, like small level, but I did it. I took $3,000 that I got for my birthday for cash, and I started a car washing business. That was the first business I owned. I was working for my man, and he was paying me $7 an hour, and this Negro kept the tips. Shout out to Donald White. I'm calling you out. You're my guy. I love you. But you paid me pennies on a dollar, and I loved it, and I thank God for him doing it every day because it forced me to run my own thing. Then I got my own car wash. I was making $500 a day. That's $2,500 a week because I ain't work weekends. I would work every day, and that was dumb of me because I was like, I'm gonna keep working and washing cars till I hit $500 a day because that was my goal. So I was making $10,000 a month. Then I got arrogant and I tried to start another business and it failed. But what I had learned between my ears is that I have the capacity to make very good money and not have to be somebody's employees. Getting paid an hour is ridiculous to me. And I don't knock anybody who does that because I have a brother who loves being an employee, but he's a salary guy. He's high management. And Myron Golden said something that is very powerful that we need to talk about as far as money. Your potential earning is phenomenal. If you're an employee, you're gonna hit 100,000 maybe. If you're management, you're gonna hit 250,000 for your whole life. But they control you and they can fire you anytime they feel it. If you own your own business, they say you can make upwards, and this is the communication level, and then it's the imagination level. And this is Myron Golden thing, is not mine, so I don't want any credit for it. He is a genius. He is like my mentor from afar, and that's who I am. I literally have taken $10,000 and made 80 in less than 4 months. Because I don't look at money from a standpoint of it owning me. I look at it as a tool. And the reason why I'm taking my time to talk about the liquidity side of it, because I could talk about the longevity, and I know I'm talking long on this, but this is super important to me. I need men to spend more time learning how to grow their income. And don't say to a woman, right, you know what I'm saying, oh, if I'm going to take care of you, you need to do certain things. You can't afford it. And then why would you want somebody to be your maid? You want somebody to be your partner. See, what they don't teach you about liquidity is how to grow your money, right? But once you learn how to grow your money, the woman that you're with is not there to tell you how to run your business. Y'all be wanting to be these fake power couples and take pictures on Instagram. Your lady is the person who knows you well enough to know when you're taking a bad risk. Babe, I don't know a lot about that business, but it seems like you being real antsy. You about to move too fast, or you might be going in the wrong direction. She's there to help you because she knows you. She's not necessarily there to just help your business, and that is priceless. She may not know your company, but she know you. She know when you about to overdo it. She know when you burning yourself out. She know when you about to take a bad risk. She know when you about to hurt the family. That's the type of woman you want in your life. You want somebody to know you. But we so stupid as men, we spend so much time trying to chase a bag for popularity. I didn't make money to be famous. I made money to be able to take care of my family. And every man should go home and bring his check. So liquidity-wise, make as much as you possibly can. And longevity-wise, grow that money as much as you can by investments and making the right decision where your money make money for you. You're building what they call a financial portfolio. Like, no man should be trying to be sleeping with multiple women. It's costly. It's costly. I ain't spending $100 on a woman. Well, it costs $100. You got to eat too, right? And just say you're broke. Because certain men who have a lot of money, they don't care about $100. Because they make good money. It don't matter to them. They know they could write it off. They know business. It's like going to brunch or something for them. It's like $1 to them because they understand the power of the dollar. The same thing could be said when you get down to the legacy part. You're really making money to take care of your family and leave some to your children that they have the best for them. I have 2 goals with my kids. I want to buy their first car and I want to help them buy their first house. And my goal is to put $20,000 on their first house, and I'm going to do it. And I got 4 of them. That's just me. And I'm only making this video on this part and being a little long-winded on it because I'm just sick of us arguing. I need you to go to look at UBS and look at liquidity, longevity, and legacy. They have programs on there for you as a man. At the Just Be Con conference, we're going to talk about this tremendously, about how to grow your business. I don't believe in people doing pyramids. I believe in people finding what they love to do and then making money from what they love to do. And I think a lot of you guys could do that, but y'all get frustrated because y'all spend so much time trying to tear down a woman instead of finding your purpose. You spend so much time trying to control a woman, but you can't control your own emotions. You spend so much time trying to be able to have sex with somebody, but you don't have the discipline to be focused enough on building a business because you're too busy trying to have sex. You're too busy talking about her being a terrible baby mama when the real focus is you being there for your child. A lot of men do not grow because they don't grow themselves. And let me be clear, you will never be able to earn a solid income until you get your character under control. Some of you Negroes and need to go to therapy. White folk too, Indian, whatever your nationality, as men, we need therapy. Because one thing about emotional intelligence is self-regulation. If you can't control yourself, then you can't control anything else. The second thing is self-awareness. If you're not aware of how you treat people and how you govern yourself, you can't make money. Making money requires discipline. That means, you ever heard somebody say, man, I got to put the money back into the business. They don't pay themselves. They don't go out and buy clothes. They pay themselves. That's the greatness of being a man. The liquidity is you're making the money, right? You got a business that's growing. And I think every man, their first goal should be to get to $20,000 a month. I don't care what nobody say. $20,000 a month. I know people are like, oh, that's a lot of money. No, it's not. That's another thing that we do. We don't believe in ourselves. You need to get to $20,000 a month. The second thing you need to do is a portion of that money needs to be invested for retirement. And shoot for a goal. If you're 20 listening to this video right now, your goal should be to be investing $100 a month in an investment. Find you a broker. Invest $100. In 30 years at 55, you will be able to do whatever you want to do. Listen to me. I got to double my money at the age I am now. I was sitting in an investment class and that man was like, oh, you can't do that. You got to double that. I do not believe you have to struggle, but I do believe you have to have a strong mentality. So let me close with this because I know this was long. I probably might break this up. But the biggest thing for every man is to learn how to take care of himself and his family. If you can't do that, you won't succeed. We clear? Liquidity, make as much as you possibly can. Longevity, grow it. Grow what you're making. Make as much as you can every year. The longevity is grow that money in investments every year. That's the money that you make when you ain't got to be there for it. It's just sitting in the bank. You got it, not in no bank, but you got it in an annuity. You got it in stock. You bought real estate property, which grow your money fast. There's 3 ways to become super wealthy, and where you can just chill. Assets are key. I think real estate is king. Ain't nobody gonna change my mind. Real estate is king. Stocks go up and down. Real estate just go up. You buy one property at $50,000, a distressed home. You fix that thing up. You put somebody in there. They pay off the rent. That house value goes up every year. You might have bought it for $100,000. You put somebody in there. You fix that joint. As soon as you fix up a house, it goes up $50,000, $60,000. Then you put a body in there. That body is in there paying off the mortgage, and now you got somebody paying for the mortgage while you rent it out. Come on, make it make sense, man. You get 5, 6, 7 doors of that. Now you have that. Now some houses, if you paying on it and you giving it all you got to pay those things off, by the time you hit 45, 50, you're a multimillionaire. You go through hard times, you could sell a house and get $250,000. But we spend so much time trying to pop bottles and sit in the club. You weird. You could be looking at stocks right now. You can learn day trading. You can get in the trucking business. You can get right now and open up a franchise with $30,000, $40,000 and start making $20,000, $30,000 a month. You could buy an old restaurant, take it over right now.